Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you Game 3 of our 1968 Sweet 16 one and done tournament. We've completed the 4 play-in games, and we have one of those victors in this game, the number 14 seeded Los Angeles Dodgers. They won their play-in game, and they'll face the number 3 Baltimore Orioles in this Sweet 16 matchup. The winner will advance to the Elite Eight. 2 teams have already made it there. Will the Dodgers or the Orioles be the third? And let's get to the lineups and start the ball game. For the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers, batting first, playing center field, Willie Davis, .250, 7 home runs, 31 runners knocked in. Batting second, the third baseman, Bill Sadakis, .276, 3 homers, 12 ribbies. Batting third, playing second base, Jim Lefevre, .241, 5 home runs, 31 runners knocked in. The cleanup hitter, doing the catching, Tom Holler, .285, 4 home runs, 53 ribbies. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ken Boyer, .271, 6 homers, 41 ribbies. Batting sixth, playing left field, Len Gabrielson, .270, 10 homers, 35 runners knocked in. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Bob Bailey, .227, 8 homers, 39 ribbies. Batting eighth, playing right field, Ron Fairley, .234, 4 home runs, 43 runners knocked in. Batting ninth, on the mound, Don Drysdale. And we'll give you his pitching numbers at the bottom of the inning. On the mound for the Baltimore Orioles, Dave McNally. McNally was outstanding in 1968. 22 wins, 10 losses, 1.95 earned run average. Striking out 202, walking 55. He did give up 24 gopher balls, though. Behind the plate, Hendricks with a +1 arm. Boog Powell's at first. And I believe this is Davy Johnson, and it is Davy Johnson at second. Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, at short. And Brooks Robinson at third base. Belfry's in left with a +1 arm. Blair is in center with a -1 arm. And Frank Robinson is in right with a +1 arm. So here comes Willie Davis to lead things off here. The winner will go to the Elite Eight. The Dodgers are the 14th seed. They played their way in. They won their play-in game. And the Orioles are the 3 seed. And Davis looking for the 3-6 column. And here's the ball game. And we'll get started. Here's the pitch from McNally to Willie Davis. And that is a 5-10 to Davis. 5-10. Off the McNally card. 5-10. That's a ground ball to the human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson. 20-sided dice roll is a 13. So Brooks comes up with the ball very smoothly. He'll throw to Powell. Error check. And that's a 12. 6-4-2 equals 12. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Brooks Robinson to Boog Powell. 1 down. And here comes Bill Sadakis. Sadakis looking for the 2-6 column. The windup and the pitch from McNally to Sadakis. And Billy gets a 6-10 to Sadakis. And it's a column of choice. 6-10 off the McNally card. And that's a fly ball out to Paul Blair. And that is a 14. Blair will track it down. Will he make the catch now? Here's the error check. And that's a 10. So Blair racing to the gap will make the catch for out number 2. So an excellent running catch to right center field for Paul Blair. 2 up, 2 down. And now stepping to the plate, Jim Lefevre. Lefevre's looking for the 1-6 column. McNally's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The windup and the pitch to Lefevre. McNally deals Lefevre a 3-2 off the Lefevre card. 3-2. And Lefevre works a walk, so no 1-2-3 inning. Lefevre will be off on contact, 1-12 base runner. Powell playing behind him. Here comes the catcher, Tom Haller. 285 with 4 home runs in 68. He's looking for the 1-6 column. Hendricks sets the target. Here's the pitch to Haller. And McNally deals Haller a 3-10 off the Haller card. Not a column of choice, though. And that will be a swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. We go to the bottom of the first. And let's give you the Baltimore Oriole lineup. Leading off, Paul Blair playing center field, 211, 7 home runs, 38 ribbies. Batting second, playing left field, Kurt Blafrey, and he batted 215 homers, 39 RBIs. Batting third, Frank Robinson playing right field, 268, 15 homers, 52 ribbies. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Boog Powell, 249, 22 home runs, 85 runners driven in. Batting fifth, the human vacuum cleaner at third base, Brooks Robinson, 253, 17 homers, 75 runners knocked in. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Elrod Hendrick, whose pitcher did not load. Strange. Well, he batted 202 with 7 homers, 23 ribbies. Batting seventh, Davey Johnson, 242, 9 homers, 56 RBI. Batting eighth, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, Mark Belanger, 208, 2 home runs, 21 runners knocked in. Batting ninth, doing the pitching, Dave McNally. On the hill for the Dodgers, Don Drysdale. He won their play-in game, and as I stated before, all teams that won their play-in game can use their number 1 starter in the Sweet 16. So Drysdale, 14-12 with a 2.15 earned run average, striking out 155, walking 56, gave up 11 gopher balls. Behind the plate is Haller. He has a neutral arm of 0. Boyer is at first. Lefevre is at second. Bailey, who's awful, is at short. And Sadakis is at third. Gabrielson is in left with a neutral arm of 0. Davis is in center with a -1 arm. And Fairley is in right with a neutral arm of 0. So here's Paul Blair, B bunter. Corners will play normal, so the infield will be normal. Blair's looking for the 1-6 column. He's going to be swinging away. The windup in the pitch from Drysdale to Blair. And that will be a 6-3 to Paul Blair. Column of choice. Will he get a hit? 6-3 off the Drysdale card. And that's a ball hit right back to Drysdale. And that is a 20. Drysdale fields the hard ground ball. Now he'll throw to first. Error check. And that is a 12. And he'll throw the ball away. The ball is low. Boyer can't handle it. And Blair reaches on the error. Blair, 1-14 base runner. Corners are in. Sadakis in at third. Boyer in at first. Blafrey, an A bunter, left-handed batter. And he's going to be bunting. He squares to try to move the runner over. He lays it down. It is a great bunt. He might beat it out. We need a high dice roll here, I believe. And that is a 18. I think he will be out, folks. He will advance the runner, though. 18, he should be out. And he is out. Bang, bang play at first. As Haller jumped on that ball and fired to Boyer. But the runner's in scoring position, Blair. And here comes Frank Robinson. 1 out, runner at second. Robinson looking for the 3-4 column. Drysdale picks up the sign from Haller. He now deals to Frank Robinson. And that is a 3-9 to Frank Robinson. 3-9. Column of choice for Frank. 3-9. Runner at second, one away. No score, bottom of the first. Column of choice. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Drysdale bears down. So 2 outs. Blair will be off on contact. And here comes Boog Powell, left-handed power hitting first baseman. Had 22 home runs in 68. On deck, Brooks Robinson. Powell looking for the 2-4 column. Drysdale nods his head. Holler sets the target. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. And that is a 5-10. 5-10 to Powell off the Drysdale card. 5-10. Ground ball to Bailey at short. 1 through 6 is a hit. And it is a 7. So that's going to be a G3 number sign. Bailey might not get to this ball. We don't know yet. Let's see if there's an error. And that is a 9, 10, 11. And there will be an error, the second error of the inning for the Dodgers. Let's see what happens here. Ball's hit to Bailey. And he boots it. So they should have been out of the inning. Bailey boots the ball. And 2 outs, runners on the corners. Blair's at third. Powell is at first. He has an 80% chance of stealing second, even with Boyer holding him on. And here comes Brooks Robinson looking for the 1-4 column. And Powell cannot get over. He dives back as Drysdale throws over. Boyer applies the tag, but Powell is safe. So now Drysdale attention goes to Brooks Robinson at the plate. Holler wiggles the fingers. The windup and the pitch to Brooks Robinson. 2 outs, 2 on the corners. And that is a 5-11 to Brooks Robinson. Off the Drysdale card. 5-11. Dodgers have committed 2 errors this inning. And that's a fly ball out to left field. And Gabrielson. And he is god-awful. 1 through 11 is a hit. And it's a 10. So that's going to be a hit on the diving attempt. Let's see if he makes an error now on the throw. And that's a 14. He does not. So it's going to be a 2-out RBI single for Brooks Robinson as Gabrielson makes the dive for the ball. He doesn't make the catch. He smothers it. The runner scores from third. Blair Powell, off on contact with 2 outs, goes first to third. So again, runners on the corners with 2 outs, 1-0 Orioles. And here comes Elrod Hendrick, the catcher, and he's looking for the 3-4 column. Drysdale wants to get out of it. Here's the pitch to Hendricks. Dodgers have committed 2 errors in this inning, and that is a 3-4 column of choice for Hendricks, for Elrod. 3-4. Will the Orioles get more? And that's a well-struck ball. And that is a 10 on the 20-sided dice roll. Line shot. Lefevre goes leaping in the air, makes the catch, robbing Hendricks of a hit. And an RBI. We go to the top of the second. The Orioles do get on the board. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Due up for the Dodgers, Boyer, Gabrielson, and Bob Bailey. Ken Boyer, 271 with 6 home runs in 68. Looking for the 3-6 column. He awaits the McNally offering. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And McNally deals Boyer a 4-2. A 4-2 to Boyer. And that'll be a ground ball to Brooks Robinson at third. He throws to Powell, 1 down. Stepping to the plate, left fielder Len Gabrielson, left-handed batter, looking for the 1-6 column. Hendricks sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gabrielson. McNally deals Gabrielson a 3-10. 3-10 off the Gabrielson card. Not a column of choice, though. 3-10. And that's a hard hit ball up the middle. McNally snares it and throws to Powell for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Bob Bailey. He made 1 of 2 critical errors in the bottom of the first. Bailey and Drysdale both made errors. Bailey looking for the 2-6 column. The 2's not that bad. Here's the pitch to Bailey from Drysdale. And it is a 5-11 to Bob Bailey. Off the Drysdale card, 5-11. And that's a ground ball to Boog Powell. 20-sided dice roll is a 7. So Powell, it's a range play. We don't know if he'll get to the ball. Let's check for the error first. And that is a 14. And the errors just keep on flying. So it won't be a 1-2-3 inning. That ball, Powell makes the dive. He throws to McNally covering, but it's a low throw, and it gets away from McNally. Hendrick backs it up, the catcher, and Bailey reaches on an error. So the Orioles give an error back. The inning continues for the number 8 batter, Ron Fairley. Fairley looking for the 6-3 column. On deck, Don Drysdale. Bob Bailey, a 1-13 base runner. McNally deals to the lefty Fairley, and Ron Fairley gets a 2-8 off the Fairley card. 2-8. Lefty-lefty matchup. And that's a hard hit ball to Davy Johnson. He's up with it, throws to Powell's side, retired. The error doesn't hurt. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Orioles. Due up Johnson, Belanger, and the pitcher, McNally, to face Don Drysdale. Davy Johnson looking for the 3-4 column. Here's the pitch to Johnson from Drysdale. And that is a 2-5 to Davy Johnson. Would go on to manage the Mets to a World Series championship in 1986 over the Red Sox. So that is a 2-5 off the Johnson card. Not a column of choice, though. And that's a hard hit ball to Bob Bailey. He knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first for the out. 1 down. Here comes Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger. Very weak hitter. Only 208 with 2 home runs. B. Bunter, corners are playing in. Here's the pitch to Belanger. And Belanger's looking for the 2-6 column. He's swinging away, and it's a 5-8. 5-8 to Mark Belanger off the Drysdale card. And that will be a ground ball to third. Sadakis is up with it. Fires to Boyer. At first, 2 away. Striding to the plate, the pitcher, Dave McNally. McNally awaits the Drysdale offering. His counterpart deals to him, and McNally has a 4-9 to Dave McNally. 4-9 off the Drysdale card. And McNally strikes this ball well off Don Drysdale. And that is a 9, as he's going to drive this ball deep. And that ball is driven deep to left center field. Davis on the run. He leaps. He makes the catch. Side retired, as McNally is robbed of a home run by Willie Davis in center field. Absolutely fabulous play, as that ball just kept carrying. It didn't have enough height, though, as Davis was able to leap and go over the wall and bring it back. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Orioles. Due up Drysdale, who feels he's just won the lottery. As his counterpart McNally almost homered off him. Then the top of the order, Willie Davis, and then Sadakis. Here's the pitch to Drysdale from McNally, and it is a 3-5 to Don Drysdale. 3-5. And that's a ground ball to Belanger. He throws to first, 1 down. Top of the order, Willie Davis, he's 0 for 1. McNally gets a sign from Hendrick. Here's the pitch to Davis. Corners playing in. And that is a 4-6 as he's swinging away. 4-6 off the McNally card. And that's a ground ball to Davy Johnson for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty for Billy Sadakis. He is 0 for 1. He desperately wants that 2 column. 1-0 Orioles, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Billy Sadakis from McNally. And Sadakis has a 4-5 off the McNally card, 4-5. And that's a fly ball out to Frank Robinson right. Comes in a bit, makes the catch, side retired. Bottom of third, 1-0 Orioles. Due up the top of the order, Blair, Blaifery, and Frank Robinson. Blair's 0 for 1. He scored a run. He reached on the throwing error by Don Drysdale. Here's the pitch to Blair from Drysdale, and that is, he's swinging away, and he's going to get a 2-9 off the Paul Blair card. 2-9, not a column of choice. And that will be strike 3 looking. Good job by Drysdale mixing up the pitches. 1 out, no one on for Kurt Blafrey. And Blafrey, I believe, had a sacrifice bunt. He almost beat out. He's swinging away this time. Drysdale rocks and fires to Blafrey, and it is a 5-7 to Blafrey. 5-7 off the Drysdale card. Lucky 7, but for who? As that's a ground ball to Lefevre at second. And it's a 10. He will get to it. Actually, we don't know if we'll get to it because it's a G3 number sign. Let's roll for the error. And that's a 10. 3-3-4. No error. So let's see if Lefevre can make the diving play. As that ball is hit towards right field, he dives. From the knees, he throws, scooped out of the dirt by Boyer, out number 2. Good job by Jim Lefevre, as actually that's a great job robbing Blafrey of a hit. So 2 outs, base is empty for Frank Robinson. He is 0 for 1. Drysdale works quickly to Frank, and Frank Robinson gets a 1-11 to Frank Robinson off his card, not a column of choice. 1-11. Hard hit ball. Sadaka's backhands it at third, throws across the diamond, side retired. Go to the top of the 4th, 1-0 here in Baltimore. Due up for the Dodgers, Lefevre, Holler, and Boyer. Jimmy Lefevre walked his first time up, looking for the 1-6 column. McNally's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Lefevre, and that is a 2-6. A 2-6 to Lefevre. And Lefevre will single to left. First hit of the ball game for the Dodgers. Lefevre, 1-12 base runner. Powell playing behind him. Lefevre's not a threat to steal. Here comes Tom Holler, the catcher. He batted .285 with 4 home runs in 68. He's 0 for 1 today. Hendricks sets the target. Here's the pitch to Holler from McNally, and that is a 2-5. 2-5 off the Holler card. 2-5. McNally and the Orioles looking to turn 2. And that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. McNally blows the fastball by him. So 1 out. Lefevre's at first for Ken Boyer. He's 0 for 1. Digs in the right-hander's batter's box, ready to grip and rip. Hendricks wiggles the fingers. McNally rocks and fires. And Boyer gets a, that's a 1. Gets a 1-5 to Cleet Boyer. Ken Boyer, 1-5. And that's a ground ball to second. Johnson's only plays to first, as he had to range deep towards the right side on the grass, smothering the ball, throwing from the grass. So 2 outs. Lefevre moves to second. He's in scoring position for Atlantic Gabrielson. He is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Gabrielson, and that is a 1-6, 1-6, and it's a column of choice for Gabrielson. Can he knock in the tying run? 1-6. And he is jammed by McNally, and that's going to be a pop-out to Davy Johnson, side retired. McNally came in tight, breaking the bat. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Orioles, as McNally is cruising along. Due up to face Don Drysdale, Powell, Brooks Robinson, and Elrod Hendrick. Powell's 0 for 1, left-handed batting, power hitting first baseman. Here's the pitch to Boog, and Drysdale deals Boog a 2-5, 2-5. It's a Boog Powell column, 2-5. And that'll be a walk. They pitch very carefully. Leadoff runner on. Powell with an 80% chance of stealing, but he stays put. And here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And Robinson gets a 2-8, 2-8. 2-8 to Brooks Robinson. No outs, runner at first. And Robinson will get his second hit as he goes the other way. He singles. The ball drops in front of Fairley. Powell's held up at second. So no outs. Powell's at second. Brooks Robinson's at first. Not the fastest base runners, 1 through 10 for both of them. And here comes Elrod Hendrick. He's a D bunter, so I think he's swinging away, and he's going to be. Dodgers want to turn 2. Here's the pitch from Drysdale to Hendrick. And it is a 1-6 to Elrod Hendrick. 1-6. And that's a fly ball out to Willie Davis in center. Davis coming in a bit, makes the catch, out number 2. Powell and Robinson, out number 1, excuse me. Powell and Robinson stay put. It'll be up to Davy Johnson, the second baseman's 0 for 1. Drysdale kicks and fires to Davy Johnson, future Met manager and World Series winner. It is a 6-5, 6-5 off the Drysdale card. Double play ends the inning, 6-5. 1 on, 2 out. Well, 2 on, 1 out, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3, another strikeout for Drysdale. That's K number 3. So 2 outs, and here comes Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. Runners will be off on contact. Powell at second, Brooks Robinson at first. Belanger's 0 for 1. Drysdale throws, and that curve ball bounces 58 feet, gets past Holler. It's a wild pitch. Powell advances to third. Brooks Robinson to second. Base hit, might score 2. Here's the pitch to Belanger, and it is a 5-6 to Mark Belanger off the Drysdale card. 5-6, 1-0 Orioles. 2 outs, 2 on, second and third. And that is a fly ball to Willie Davis. Comes in a bit, makes the catch, side retired. The Orioles threaten but do not score in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, 1-0 Baltimore. Due up for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Bailey, Fairley, then the pitcher, Don Drysdale. Bailey's 0 for 1. He awaits the McNally offer, and here's the pitch to Bailey. And that is a 3-6 to Bob Bailey. Off his card, not a column of choice, 3-6. And that's a hard hit ball to Belanger. He backhands it, fires from deep in the hole to Powell for the out. 1 out, no one on for Ron Fairley. He's 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch from McNally to Fairley. And that is a 6-7 to Fairley. 6-7. 6-7. And that will be swing and a miss. Strike 3 at the knee. Cheese. And that's strikeout number 3 for McNally. And here comes Don Drysdale. He is 0 for 1. McNally deals to his counterpart Drysdale, and that is a 5-8 to Don Drysdale. Off the McNally card, 5-8. That's a ground ball to Davy Johnson, and it's a 15 on a 20-sided dice roll. So Johnson fields the ball smoothly, and he'll throw to first, and that is a 12, and the inning is over. So 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Orioles, and it's going to be Dave McNally, who just missed homering. Off Don Drysdale. In the top of the order, Paul Blair, and then Blafrey. Here's the pitch from Drysdale to McNally. And Drysdale deals McNally a 5-9. I think that was a similar roll. 5-9 off the Drysdale card. 1-0 Orioles. Bottom of the 5th, 5-9. And that's a ground ball to short. And Bob Bailey. And that's a 19. So Bailey fields it. Nice backhanded play. Now will he make the strong throw deep in the hole to first? And that is 1-1-3, so that is a 5. And that's going to be a rare play. Oh boy. Let's find out what happens here. Bailey backhands it. And he throws to first. Boyer scoops it out of the dirt. So 1 out, top of the order, Paul Blair. He's a B bunter, but the infield's playing normal. Blair's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error, a throwing error by Drysdale. Came around to score the only run of the game. Drysdale picks up the sign from Holler. Holler sets a target. Here's the pitch. And Blair has a 4-5 off the Don Drysdale card. 4-5. And that's a fly ball to right. He goes the other way, fairly going back a bit. And he makes the catch. 2 down. Base is empty. For the left fielder, Kurt Blafrey, he's 0 for 1 left-handed batter. Holler wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Blafrey. And Drysdale deals Blafrey a 1-8. A 1-8, and it's a Blafrey column. Can he do damage? 1-8 off Don Drysdale. And Drysdale comes high and tight, shreds his bat, and he'll pop out to the first baseman. Side retired. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Baltimore. McNally back out on the mound. He's gone 5 innings, giving up only 1 hit, no runs. He's walked 1, struck out 3. He'll face the top of the Dodger order, Davis, Sadakis, and Lefevre. Willie Davis is 0 for 2. Corners are playing in. He's a B bunter. Let's see if he can smack it past the drawn-in corners. Here's the pitch from McNally to Davis, and that is a 5-12 off the McNally card. 5-12 to Willie Davis. And that will be a ground ball to Davy Johnson. 20-sided dice roll is a 20. Johnson smooth fielding. Now he'll throw to first. And that is a 13. And it's an unlucky 13 as Davy Johnson throws that ball low and it gets past Powell. Backing up the play is Elrod Hendricks. So Davis reaches first on an error. Both teams have now committed 2 errors. Davis with an 80% chance of stealing second, even with Boog Powell holding him on. And we're going to attempt the steal of second. He has a 33% chance of getting the proper lead. He can't get the lead. The stolen base is called off. So here's Billy Sadakis. He is 0 for 2. No outs. Davis, a 1 through 17 base runner. And we're going to play Sadakis 276. Let's just take a look at the hit and run. Chance for the hit, only 21%. We'll pass on that. Sadakis will swing away, looking for the 2-6 column. Belanger and Davy Johnson looking to turn 2 up the middle for the Orioles. The windup and the pitch from McNally to Billy Sadakis, and that is a 2-9 to Billy. And it's a column of choice. Can Billy do damage? Oh my lord, is it a good column. 2-9 to Billy Sadakis. And McNally has to feel lucky he gets a walk. But that advances Davis into scoring position. So no outs, 2 on. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Davis very fast at second. Sadakis 1 through 13 at first. Here comes Jim Lefevre. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. He's a D bunter. Again, the Orioles looking to turn 2 up the middle. Hendricks wiggles a finger, sets the target, the windup, and the pitch by McNally. And Lefevre gets a 3-9 to Jim Lefevre. 3-9 off the Lefevre card, not a column of choice. And that will be swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out. That's McNally's 4th strikeout. Here comes Tom Holler. The catcher batted .285 in 68. A lefty-lefty matchup. Double play gets McNally and the Orioles out of a jam. Holler ready to grip and rip. Here's the pitch to Tom Holler. And that is a 3-4 dealt by McNally. 3-4 off the Holler card. Not a column of choice, though. And he hits this ball hard, and it's a 10. 1 out, 2 on. Line shot. Johnson makes the diving catch at second. And quickly getting back to second is Davis, as that ball was slated to right field. And the second baseman, Davy Johnson, makes the diving catch. And Davis probably would have scored because Robinson has a +1 arm in right. That's Frank Robinson. 2 outs, runners would be off on contact. It's up to Ken Boyer now to try to tie this game up or put the Dodgers ahead. 2 outs, top of the 6th, 2 on. 1-0 Orioles. Boyer's 0 for 2, looking for the 3-6 column. McNally's ready. The kick and delivery. And Boyer will get a 3-12. 3-12 to Ken Boyer. Column of choice. 3-12. 2 outs. 2 on. Runners going on contact. And that's a line shot. And Robinson makes the diving catch. That ball was slated to go down the third base line. It would have been 2. And it probably would have been a 2-1 ball game. But Brooks Robinson showing his vacuum cleaner at third base. Go to the bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Orioles. Due up Frank Robinson, Boog Powell, and Brooks Robinson. Frank Robinson's 0 for 2. Drysdale's ready. Holler sets the target. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson, and that is a 4-4. And it's a Robinson column off the Drysdale card. 4, 4. And that's a fly ball to Willie Davis in center. And that is a 10. Davis has a beat on the ball. He's racing back for it. Error check is a 9 as we got a 5-3-1. And Davis will make the running catch deep to center. Nice catch by Willie Davis just in front of the wall. 1 out. Boog Powell steps at plate. Left-handed batting first baseman 0 for 1 with a walk. Holler flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. Drysdale deals Powell a 3-7. 3-7 to Boog Powell off his card. 3-7. And that's a ground ball. Back at Drysdale. He snares it, knocks it down, picks it up, throws to Boyer for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. And here comes Brooks Robinson, who just made that fabulous diving catch that was slated to go down the left field line, And he robbed the Dodgers of 2 runs, as runners would be off on contact. He's gone 2 for 2 with the only RBI of the game. Looking for the 1-4 column again. Drysdale nods his head, the windup and the pitch to Brooksy. And Brooks Robinson gets a 1-11 from Don Drysdale. And it's a column of choice. Can he get his 3rd hit, Brooks Robinson? And Robinson drives this ball deep. And it is a 16. Can it be hit number 3? As that ball's got a lot of carry on it. Gabrielson going back. He leaps, bangs into the wall, and he makes the catch. I don't know if it would have been out of here, but it definitely would have been. Extra bases, side retired as he shows the ball to the men in blue and jogs back in. We go to the top of the 7th, 1-0 Baltimore, and look who leads off, the man who just made that fabulous catch off Brooks Robinson. So Brooks Robinson robs extra bases from the Dodgers, and Len Gabrielson does the same thing to Brooks Robinson, robs extra bases for the Orioles. Gabrielson's 0 for 2. He is a B bunter. The infield is normal. Gabrielson batted .270. McNally nods his head. He sets and deals to Gabrielson, and that is a 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. Off the Gabrielson card, 3-3. And what it will be is a ground ball to Davy Johnson over to Powell, 1 down. Here comes Bob Bailey, 0 for 2 with an error. McNally works quickly to Bob Bailey, and it is a 2-6 to Bob Bailey. And it's a column of choice for Bob. Let's see what he can do with it. 2-6. And Bailey gets his column, hits a hard ball back to McNally, who throws to first for out number 2. If you're scoring at home, that goes 1-3, the pitcher, first baseman. So 2 outs. And bases are empty, and it looks like they're going to pitch carefully to Ron Fairley as the pitcher, Don Drysdale's on deck. Here's the pitch to Ron Fairley, and McNally deals Fairley a 3-8. That's not so careful as it's a column of choice for Ron Fairley, 3-8. And another hard hit ball. McNally knocks it down. Slated for center field. He picks it up, throws to first, side retired. He just robbed Fairley of a hit. And it's time out for trivia. Name the Cardinals' last 30-game winner. Name the Cardinals' last 30-game winner. That's got to be really old school. Dizzy Dean. I'm going to say Dizzy Dean. One last time. Name the Cardinals' last 30-game winner. I'm saying Dizzy Dean. It's Dizzy Dean, 1934. Al Red Sox fan gets one down correctly. As we say, take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root. Root for your home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Happy Father's Day. So due up for the Orioles, who have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Hendrick, Johnson, and Belanger. Elrod Hendrick is 0 for 2. Here's the wind up in the pitch from Don Drysdale, and Hendrick will get a 2-5 off his card. 2-5, not a column of choice for Hendrick. And that will be strike 3 with a swing and the miss. And that's Drysdale's 4th strikeout. Here comes Davy Johnson, second baseman's 0 for 2, right-handed hitter. Holler goes through the signs. Drysdale nods his head. Here's the pitch to Davy Johnson. And that is a 6-4 to Davy Johnson off the Drysdale card. 6-4. And that's a ground ball to Sadakis at third. And it is a 10. So Sadakis, it's a G3 number sign. We don't know if he makes the play on the dive. Error check in case he does, and he makes the throw. And that's a 10. So he makes a dive for the ball. Pops up, fires to first for the out. Nice play by Billy Sadakis. 2 up, 2 down. And the weak-hitting Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, Mark Belanger, the Orioles shortstop, is 0 for 2. Belanger's a B bunter. Infield's going to play normal, though. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger from Don Drysdale, and that's a 4-7. 4-7 to Belanger. 4-7 off the Drysdale card. 2 outs, bases empty. And that will be a swing and a miss on the curveball. Side retired. We go to the top of the 8th. Baltimore clinging to a 1-0 lead in this 1968 one-and-done playoff tournament. We had 4 play-in games. The Dodgers were one of the teams that won their play-in game, thus facing the number 3 seeded Baltimore Orioles. The winner will go to the Elite 8. 2 teams have already punched their tickets to the Elite 8. Those games are up in the channel now, if you'd like to check them out. So here's Don Drysdale. He's 0 for 2 in the top of the order. Dodgers are 6 outs away from being eliminated. Let's quickly just look at our bench. I'm playing as the Dodgers, by the way. The computer, the Orioles. I might just let Drysdale hit. Who hits lefties? I mean, we have Alcaraz, 3L, but he only batted 151. Jeff Torberg, the backup catcher, batted 161. We're going to let Drysdale hit. Rosales batted 196. Wes Parker, 239, even. Then we could go to Brewer or Billingham. Let's check out Wes Parker for a second. Against lefties. Needs a 2 column. Drysdale's pitching well. We're going to let Drysdale swing away. keeping Drysdale in the game. He's 0 for 2. McNally deals to his counterpart, Don Drysdale. And Drysdale gets a 6-9 off the McNally card. And it's a column of choice for Drysdale. Let's see if he can do some damage and help his own cause. 6-9 to Don Drysdale off the Dave McNally card. And that will be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Top of the order, 1 down. So it wouldn't have mattered. Strike out either way. And here's Willie Davis. He's 0 for 3. He reached on an error and was stranded at second base. Corners are playing in. Davis swinging away, looking to punch it past the drawn in corners. Robinson in at third, Powell in at first. McNally kicks and fires to Willie Davis. And Davis has a 5-10. 5-10 to Davis off the McNally card. 5-10. 1-0 Orioles. 1 out, top of the 8th. And that's a ground ball to guess who? The human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson at third. And that is an 8. Backhands the hard hit ball. Throws to first. And that's a 10. And that'll be out number 2, 5-3. The ground out for Willie Davis. So 2 outs, base is empty for Billy Sadakis, 0 for 2 with a walk. Billy definitely wants that 2 column. Lots of good power on that 2 column. McNally has a word with Elron Hendricks. Hendricks goes back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Billy Sadakis, and it's a 1-3. 1-3, so he doesn't get the 2 column. 1-3 to Billy Sadakis. And he has a chance for a hit here. And it is a 9. So I'm not quite sure what that actually means. So we'll find out together. 9, will he get a hit? And Billy Sadakis smashes a ball up the middle past the dive of Davy Johnson. Tying run is at first with 2 outs, and Jim Lefevre steps to the plate. Sadakis, 85% chance of stealing. And we're going to attempt that. He only has a 3% chance of getting the lead. He does not get the lead, as McNally and Powell do an excellent job of holding him on. He's a 1-3-13 base runner. Now McNally's attention goes to Lefevre at the plate. He rocks and fires to Jimmy Lefevre. And that is a 1-8 to Jimmy Lefevre. And it's a column of choice. 1-8. Can Jimmy Lefevre come through in the clutch? 2 outs. Runner will be off on contact. And that is a hard hit ball to Belanger. He has it. Flips to second. And Davy Johnson side retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Orioles in this pitcher's duel between Dave McNally and Don Drysdale. Drysdale back up on the hill. Drysdale has gone 7 innings, only given up 2 hits, 1 run. He's walked 1, struck out 5. He will face his counterpart McNally to the top of the order, Blair and Blaifery. And McNally almost homered off of him. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Drysdale to McNally, and that is a 1-9 to Dave McNally. 1-9. And Drysdale walks the pitcher. You don't want to do that. Wow. And Blair comes up. Most likely he's sacrificing. Corners are in. Sadakis in at third. Boyer is in at first, and he is not sacrificing. Let's see if they can turn 2. Here's the pitch to Paul Blair. And Drysdale deals him a 2-9 off the Blair card. 2-9. McNally at first, no outs, bottom of the 8th. And that will be a strike 3 looking. Got him with the off-speed pitch. Couldn't pull the trigger. Set him up nicely with the hard stuff. So 1 out, 1 on for Kurt Blaifery. He's 0 for 2 left-handed batter. Lefevre and Bailey hoping to turn 2 up the middle. Drysdale rocks and fires to Blaifery. It is a 6-5 off the Drysdale card. 6-5. 1 out, 1 on. And guess what that is? Strike 3 again on the off-speed pitch. So that's strikeout number 7 to Drysdale. McNally will be off on contact, and here comes Frank Robinson. Big Frank's 0 for 3. Drysdale wants to keep it a 1-run deficit. Take it to the top of the ninth. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson. McNally will go, and it is a 5-5 off the Drysdale card for Frank Robinson. 2 outs. And guess what? Strike 3 looking. Again, the off-speed pitch. Can't pull the trigger, so he gives up a walk, then strikes out the next 3 batters. We go to the top of the ninth. 1-0 Baltimore. Dave McNally's looking for the complete game. 1-0 2-hit shutout. And he'll have to face Holler, Boyer, and Gabrielson. Tom Holler, who did hit .285 in 1968, the year the pitcher, is 0 for 3. McNally gets the sign from Hendrick. Here's the pitch to Holler. He's looking for the 1-6 column. Instead, he gets a 5-8 off the Dave McNally card. 5-8. Orioles 3 outs away from going to the Elite 8. And that's a ground ball to Davey Johnson. Holler needs a 1-2. And he gets a 2! So it's at worst a single. Tying run will be on. Here's the error check. And that's a 16. So Davey Johnson dives for the ball and can't get it. Goes into right field. Holler is on. 1-12 base runner. Cleet Boyer comes to the plate. He's a D bunter, but he hit .271. He's a tying run. Let's see who we have for runners. Crawford is 1-16. Parker's 1-16. 1-12 is Alcaraz. Fairley 1-15. Popovich 1-12. Torberg will have to come in to catch if we tie the ball game up. 1-10. And Versailles 1-15. So 251. He's the better hitter. Wes Crawford. Parker 239, and he's also 1-16. So Parker will come in to run for Holler, who's at first. And we'll keep Crawford on the bench for a pinch hitter. He's the better hitter. So Crawford 1-16. And here's Ken Boyer. He's 0 for 3. Boyer looking for the 3-6 column. McNally looks to first. Now he deals to Boyer. And it is a 110. Can they turn 2 on this 110? 110 off the Boyer card. 110. Ground ball. Robinson knocks it down. And he throws to second for the force out of the lead runner. There's 1 out, and Boyer exchanges with the runner who I just forgot. Wes Parker at first. So Parker's forced out at second. Here comes Gabrielson. Gabrielson's 0 for 3. So Robinson knocked the ball down. Still had time to force out Wes Parker at second. Couldn't turn 2 though, as Parker was bearing in on Davey Johnson. Gabrielson 270. 0 for 3. Double play ends the ball game for the Orioles and sends them to the Elite 8. McNally looks to first. Now in at Hendrick. The windup and the pitch to Gabrielson. And Dave McNally deals Gabrielson a 2. That was a 2. A 2-11 off the Gabrielson card. 2-11. And there's a chance for a single here. And that's an 8. Again, I don't know all this stuff here. To me, it might be a single. That's a hard hit ball. To right, Frank Robinson is there. It's going to drop in front of him. 1-13. And Boyer can go to third, but we'll hold all runners. We won't take a chance here. So 1 out, a hit for Gabrielson. Tying run is at second in Clete Boyer, and he is 1 through 11. And he's the first baseman. And we got to kind of take him out, to be honest with you. If we were willing to do it with our catcher at first, we definitely have to do it. And Bailey, 227. Fairley's 1 through 15. Make sure we have another first baseman. Crawford. Doesn't matter. If we have to place someone out of position, we place someone out of position. The Fever can be moved to first from second. We definitely have another second baseman. Yeah, okay. So, running 1 through 15 will be Fairley. He'll run for Boyer at second. Boyer represents the tying run. He's 1 through 15. Bailey's 0 for 3. Two column off the lefty. He's got quite a few home runs there. A 5's a straight out homer. A 9's a straight out homer. A 10, 1 through 15's a homer. Let's see if Bob Bailey can be a hero. And if you're a Red Sox fan, in 78, he was god-awful. Hello, Ken Castro and Jerry Ball. Hope all is well. All right, here we go. Bailey's going to swing away here. We're looking for the 2 column. 1 out, 2 on. Tying run at second. And Fairley, pinch runner 1 through 15. Go ahead run at first. Gabrielson 1 through 12. McNally rocks and fires to Bob Bailey, and it's a 3-6. Triple threes. Double play ends the ball game. Will send the Orioles to the Elite Eight. 3-6 to Bob Bailey. Belanger up with it, over to Johnson, on to Powell. Ball game over. 6-4 to 3. Bob Bailey continues to torment me. God rest his soul. As he bangs into the double play that ends the game for the Dodgers. They are out of the tournament. Don Drysdale, the definition of tough luck loser. He loses to Dave McNally 1-0. The Orioles, the 3 seed, defeat the 14 seed Dodgers, who won their play-in game, but that's it. They're done. The Orioles advance to the Elite Eight 1-0. The Dodgers got 4 hits, no runs. The Orioles got 2 hits and 1 run, aided by the errors in the first inning. Let's get the box score. Great pitchers duel between McNally and Drysdale. It's fit to the screen. Excuse me. There we go. As that really was a great pitcher's duel. As Jerry Ball says the Birds win. As Ken says he is well. Glad to hear that. Happy Father's Day to both you fine gents. So it was a pitcher's duel. Player of the game, Dave McNally. He went 9 innings, 4 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 5. He almost had a homer off Drysdale. Crawford brought the ball back. Drysdale took the loss, 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It's not earned. He had 2 errors. One was his own, and then Bailey made an error. They both came in the bottom of the first, as that's the only run that was scored in the game. Brooks Robinson knocked it in after 2 errors. Let's just give you the hits. Sadakis was 1 for 3. Lefevre was 1 for 3, and Holler was 1 for 4. Gabrielson was 1 for 4. Those are the hits. Everyone else was an offer. Baltimore had only 2 hits off Drysdale. Both Brooks Robinson. Wow. So besides that, he threw a no-hitter if Brooks Robinson wasn't in the lineup. He knocked in the only run. Again, Drysdale struck out 8. McNally 5. Drysdale threw gave up 1 run, threw a 2-hitter, and he's a tough luck loser. The Orioles win 1-0. They will advance to the Elite 8, so 3 teams have punched their ticket to the Elite 8. I still have not won a game against the higher seeded teams in the first 3. We've had a couple of doozies. I suggest you check them out if you're watching at a later date. So, anyway, it is 11:38 Eastern Standard Time, p.m. in the great state of Massachusetts on the east coast of the United States of America. So, thank you, Ken Castro, Jerry Ball, and anyone else who watched and will watch later. Happy Father's Day, health and happiness. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. As the 2 errors did in Drysdale and the Dodgers, one of his own volition, a throwing error to first, and then Bob Bailey, playing short, made the error. We inserted him because we thought he might hit the damn ball. He didn't. And Jerry Ball says McNally won 181 games in 13 seasons in Baltimore. Solid left-handed pitcher, very good pitcher. And on that note, we will bid everyone a fond farewell and adieu. Again, don't swing at the curveball in the dirt. Watch out for the big left hook. God bless, health and happiness, and peace. Happy Father's Day.